What down, y'all? Welcome back to Logix Lens, and today we're gonna talk about Concord. The news is all out and about, and I know y'all have heard about it, but Concord has been shut down after only 2 weeks, and I, for one, am glad that this happened. I'm not a doomer by any sense. I don't hate PlayStation. I do hate live service games. I'm just glad that this happened because I hope that we're starting to move away from live service games. Although you do have games like The Last of Us Factions that you shut down that probably would have done way better than this. But we're not gonna get into that. If we're gonna move away from live services at any cost, I'll take what I can get. Concord is another hero live shooter game that just looks like Overwatch mixed with Guardians of the Galaxy, and it flopped and is getting shut down after being out for 2 weeks. Now, let's dive into what PlayStation had to say about this. So on PlayStation blog, we have Concord fans. We've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PlayStation 5 and PC, and we want to thank everyone who has joined the journey aboard the North Star. Your support and passionate community that has grown around the game has meant the world to us. That's a little ass world, because I ain't seen that much support and passion around this game. And y'all gonna see why if you haven't seen it already. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game in our initial launch didn't land the way we'd intended. Therefore, at this time, we have decided to take the game offline beginning September 6, 2024 and explore options including those that will better reach our players. While we determine the best path ahead, Concord sales will cease immediately and will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased the game for PS5 or PC. If you purchase the game PlayStation 5 from the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Direct, a refund will be issued back to your original payment method. Steam, they'll give the refunds. You know, Steam is good for that. Epic Games will refund who bought the game over the coming days and will contact each other retailers for custom purchase physical copy at retail. I didn't even know they had physicals. The retail location outside of PlayStation directly. Please refer to the refund process of the retailer you purchased it from to obtain your refund. See, that's different though, because you know, usually in them stores it'll be like if you open a game, you can't return it, but I guess the word will get out one way or another. They'll make sure that happens. This is just freaking hilarious. Like, I'm not upset. I'm upset at people that wanted to make a good game. I am upset about that because whatever happened in the midst of it, this game is over 5 years in the making, and you guys was just trying to, actually, I think it's over 8 years in the making. They was trying to ride a wave that just does not exist anymore. This live service shit had its run, and if you're not something like Fortnite and giving us something better than Fortnite or even Overwatch, which isn't even doing as great as it used to, but is still doing okay, you're not gonna cut it. It's not working anymore. And for those that have not noticed, single player games have been going crazy and are doing the absolute best. These single player games are doing amazing. Look at Black Myth Wukong. Look at Hi-Fi Rush. Look at Star Wars Survivor. Not Outlaws. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. It's still probably more players in that than this. It's just crazy. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. Steam on Steam. There's probably more people on Steam than PlayStation. The all-time for the game's release was 660 players. That is ridiculous. And they knew this was gonna happen, but they had to still release the game because the beta, which I don't have that on me. If I find it, I will post it. But the beta only had about a few thousand people playing, and that was when it was free. So you knew when the game came out and cost $40, there was absolutely no way this game was gonna survive that. I'm leaving this on the screen just as something of visual so you'll never forget. This is the direction they want games to go, and it's not the direction gamers are going to let them go. You see, like I said, Black Myth Wukong, let's look at it. Black Myth Wukong is a single player, linear, Souls-like game. It has reached #2 as the top concurrent played game in Steam charts history. It has reached #2 and it is a single player game. This is what people want. As long as you make a great game that gives us something that is not fucking rinsed, washed, and repeated, people will play it. Even live service games, I think there is an area of live service games, but honestly at this point they have to be free. You can't expect anybody to buy into these games where we don't know what's gonna happen, and also when it's not doing anything we haven't seen already. We got Warhammer Space Marine 2 coming out. I know that game is gonna do gangbusters too. It is mainly focused around single player, but it has a co-op option within it, and it's probably gonna be a great experience as well and give the game longer legs. But even if it doesn't, the initial buy-in, just like Wukong, is gonna go through the freaking roof. You have, in 24 hours, you had 1 million people playing this game. Playing an hour ago, almost 1 million. It's like, this is like, single player games, there's always gonna be space for single player games, because the way time and money is these days, you can't guarantee all your friends are gonna play with you. People don't go to each other's houses anymore because we have Wi-Fi internet. So you gotta hope that you guys are wanting to play the same game at the same time and be in the same place at the same time and both love the game equally. You're not inviting your friends over to play games anymore. You guys have moved away from that. So now we gotta play games by ourselves. How about you make great quality games that people can enjoy by themselves, and if you want to, add a co-op or multiplayer option within it, but don't make it the focal point of the game, because you gotta hope that people are gonna want to play it with other people. If that's the only way it can survive, you lessen those chances. People are invested in all these other games: Fortnite, Call of Duty, PUBG, Rainbow Six, Multiverses, Mortal Kombat. It's just too many games that you just have to indulge with other people, that people's time is spread too thin. If you make single player games and make them good, they will come. Stop focusing on these big budget, rinsed and repeated games that we already have that are live service at that, and expect it to just take over and be another Fortnite or another Overwatch or another Call of Duty, because that is a shot in the dark and you will never hit your target if that's what your goal is. Thanks for tuning in to Logix Lens, where the game is winning. I'm out.